I'm Brian Till. I'm the Director of Education here at the South Carolina Aquarium. I recall one day doing a walk and talk with a colleague here at the aquarium and walking down the harbor and just kind of looking at the Maritime Center and then just kind of going, this would be so cool to bring students down here to have this property with the harbor right in the background, knowing we're turning thousands of students away each year with our current classrooms. It just fit to get kids outside, to get them down to the dock, to get them connecting with the water. That's vision fulfillment right here on the Charleston Harbor. So many of us have probably been in that classroom when we grow up, and you're looking out the window and you're going, I want to be out there, I want to be out there, I want to go jump in that puddle, I want to go climb that tree. When is recess? When is recess? When are we going to get out of this classroom? I think the Learning Lab now, we are outside. We're going to be outside. We're going to see it, smell it, hear it. It gives us that opportunity, it gives that child that opportunity who's always looking out the window to have a classroom where classroom's actually, this is the classroom. To me, the Learning Lab, it's kind of like when I think about two rivers, like where two rivers come together, that's a confluence, and that's literally what happens here in the Charleston Harbor, but think of two things meeting, and I think the Learning Lab to me is this confluence. It's this meeting space for the entire community. Where rivers meet, that current gets stronger, the depth gets deeper, and I really think from an education standpoint, we can create stronger connections to water and our natural resources and deeper understanding of water. If we go upstream, we connect to the northern part of the state. If we look out that way, we connect to the world. So it's that meeting place for all of community. Really cool things, one of the most fulfilling things is when you've been here long enough and you know this elementary student walked up the ramp, and when they walked up the ramp they looked out there and they were like, oh my gosh, the Atlantic Ocean, and they were just stoked about the ocean and feeling the wind on their face and everything about being on a trip and with their buddies, and all that is good about a field trip. But then what's cool is, maybe 5-6 years later, that same student that was stoked coming up the ramp is stoked about this interview opportunity that they have to be a paid intern here, where they get to put on that blue shirt. They get to teach others about water and wildlife and interact on the floor with our visitors, and they're stoked about that. And then the next year, that same child that walked up the ramp, they become a mentor. Now they're a leader, and they're leading that next group of high school interns. And then what's super cool is maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, application will come through. It's that same kid that walked up the ramp 8, 9 years ago, who's now putting on the blue shirt, who's interacting, who's engaging, who's teaching, or maybe interacting with that next kid. All of a sudden we create this chain of sort of mentoring and leadership. It's planting that seed, and the Learning Lab gives us that opportunity. This could have a huge impact. I think that's the power of the Learning Lab. This classroom right on the harbor, we get them outside, their senses explode. Those are things we can't get working on our computers, being in an internal classroom. Like, we get to connect out here. It's real. We need it. I mean, that's the power of water. It just pulls you. It grabs you. That's what happens to the kids. It's what's happening to me. Like, Water has this crazy effect on us, and it pulls us, and it calms us, and it makes us think better, and it slows us down, you know? It's just, I don't know, there's something wild about it. It's pretty cool.